top of someone's head down there in the corner. I think that's Gina Maloof. And you're watching All Things Geek. This is Omniac. With me is Cody Blair. Say hi, Cody.
Hey, everyone.
This is Cody's first podcast, by the way. And let's see, who else is with us? The regular band of crazies. We got Bob Gass. Bob, what are you doing?
Watching you and eating candy.
Well, that's a good combination. Actually, I go very well with candy. Yeah, very well. How is your first work week as a manager?
It was the same as always.
Nothing changed except you got paid more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I guess that means I was overworking you to begin with, right?
I guess so.
Chris Price, that's an awful handsome picture you got on your webcam there.
Sorry about that.
Well, no, it really is. I wasn't mocking you.
I always say I had a face for radio, so.
Oh, there he is. There's Chris. All right. What's going on, Chris?
Not much.
And our friend Fal is with us, too, and he doesn't even have a picture. What's up with that?
I was just fooling around with different things, trying to make things run a little smoother.
I gotcha. Well, running smooth is good. Running smooth is good. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. We are on episode, what is it, Chris?
84, I think.
84. And we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about Healthy Lifestyles, which is Cody's group, which is one of All Things Geek's official sponsors. We're going to talk about what they do and what's going on and how we can help them and how they can help us, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're very excited about that. We're also going to talk a little bit about something that Bob and I have been playing around with, and that is Xbox Gold's free games download. Chris and Fal, do you guys have an Xbox 360?
I do, and I actually just got rid of Xbox Gold.
Okay. We're going to talk about that. I think I know why you did it. Don't say anything yet. How about you, Chris Price?
Negative.
Nothing, huh? You don't have the Xbox 360?
Nope, all I have is my PC right here. That's it.
Got it. Okay. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the changes to Xbox 360 and how it might make it easier to take that step away from cable, which I'm still contemplating, and we've talked about before when we reviewed the Chromecast. By the way, Chris Price, how's your Chromecast holding up? You still using that every day?
I'm using it 98% of the time, yes.
Have you found you're using less TV and more Chromecast?
Yes. In fact, when I watched Sword Art Online, I used it exclusively through that. Right.
Have you made the step away from cable programming yet?
No, but that's good because I got the free preview of HBO this weekend, so I've recorded the entire 4th season of Game of Thrones and it's the last one's recording right now, so I'll have it all completed tomorrow.
Yes, let's not talk about Game of Thrones. Shh. I haven't seen this last episode.
I hadn't either. So.
Last week and the week before severely disturbed me.
I hadn't seen any of them. I hadn't seen anything since episode. What was the trial? 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Well, here's the thing. George R.R. Martin is saying that it may take him 8 books to finish the series. It originally started as a trilogy, and he's only on book 5, and he's only written 4 paragraphs or 4 chapters. So what are we going to do? This is horrible. The TV show might end the series before the books. Huh? We're almost caught up. And I am so stuck on this cliffhanger. I can't tell you anything else because Bob is like a season behind. Right, Bob?
I'm like 3 seasons behind.
Man, wait, you're turning into Falshon. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm too busy. 2 jobs, you know.
Yeah. Okay, we're also going to talk about the social everything. I actually found something that I thought was kind of cool. Cody, you're involved in social marketing, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to have you weigh in on that. I found a website that it's kind of like a Netflix or a Hulu or Vudu, but on top of regular TV shows and regular movies, they actually do a feature and a contest for independent movies, and they offer up the hefty prize of $100,000 to the movie based on a specific theme.
Hey, Omni, you got muted.
Wow, that was weird. Where did I cut off?
They offered up the hefty prize and then click.
Oh, of $100,000.
That made it a really good cliffhanger with the
It
music.
did.
It did.
It was drama. Yeah, I don't know why I got muted out. That's kind of weird. If that happens again, someone just start waving at me, like furiously. That'll be okay. We have a listener in the listening room. Oh, it was Gina Maloof muted me. So please, if the listeners would refrain from muting the hosts, that would be phenomenal. Gina, by the way, you want to tell everyone who Gina is?
Sure. With our Healthy Lifestyles group, we actually have an associate that will be writing some reviews and doing some blogging herself. She is known by her friends as the Product Princess. So her new blog will be the Product Princess. She was brought up by her father. Actually owns a shoe store, so she's kind of a hoity-toity product little princess.
A shoe guru.
A shoe guru,
if you will.
But she's been in the Dallas area, so she hangs out with the most fashionable people in Dallas, and she's just really into fashion, and she's actually an amazing chef, so she's gonna have some recipes on there to help with your diet, your get healthier, your fashion, your everything really.
Fantastic. And so we'll talk more about that after the break. Before we do, what are we playing? Falshon, what are you playing?
I'm actually playing right now Sins of the Solar Empire, the Rebellion expansion.
Nice. Very cool.
And I'm still playing Star Wars The Old Republic.
I can't believe that game still has people playing it. There's no end game. Seriously, is who else is playing that we know? Is Steele still playing?
No, he went back to Star Trek and he's just stayed there.
Yeah, I don't blame him. There's, like I said, there's no end game. Do they have end game now? I mean, have they changed it significantly?
Yeah, they more went to the hardcore raiding end game. Like, I can't even touch it. You have to have, like, once you get to max level, there's 3-4 sets of gears you have to get to progressively get to end game. And it's really kind of frustrating.
What about PvP? Has that become a viable element yet?
Yeah, they kind of changed it. Well, they made something different. Instead of doing, hour-long PvP campaigns, they just do the little matches, like the 20-minute matches, as well as they added in a new PvP content, which is starfighters. So you're just flying along in your fighters, taking out other people. That's interesting. That's what I'm getting into. So.
Yeah, that does sound cool. Fantastic. Very good. Very good. Let's see, Chris Price. What are you playing? Anything?
Well, I just had my kids all week, so the only thing I've been playing is Minecraft with them. So.
Well, here's something kind of interesting. Next month, there's some tournament going on in Vegas. My son Orion's going to. Bob, you know Orion. And his buddy is actually in the, get this, as far as, talking about kids and games, the Capcom's Marvel vs. Capcom tournament. You guys remember that game?
Yep.
I think that's kind of cool. That's kind of like a game you could play with your kids, right, Chris Price?
I would believe so, yeah. If I had it, that'd be great.
Hey, what movie did you just go see, too?
How to Train Your Dragons 2.
All right, so give us the official geek rating of How to Train Your Dragons 2.
All right, I'm giving this with a caveat. I'm a big dragon fan. Anyway, I used to collect them and everything until I had to downsize. So I would say 4 out of 5.
Oh, wow, not bad. And that's animated, so I mean, it appealed to the kid in you and the geek in you.
Yes, yes, it did. I mean, it even appealed to the geek side for the graphics, the imagery and stuff of the movie. It was awesome.
Cool.
Just breathtaking in some spots of it. It was just beautiful.
Very cool. Well, maybe we can get you to do an official review, maybe post on the webpage before too long.
Okay.
Cool. Fantastic. Oh, by the way, are you ready to talk about your super secret project yet?
Sure, I'll talk about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm about to launch my own individual podcast called the Beer Trail Podcast. I'm going to be focusing on a craft beer brewery every week. It's my goal. And I've already got 2 interviews lined up. I've already had one. So I plan on launching July 1st with this podcast. Hopefully it'll be a weekly podcast if I can get enough interviews lined up to keep it going. It may back off to bi-weekly, but still.
What do you think, Cody? Would you watch a beer podcast or listen to a beer podcast?
I would watch it while drinking a beer.
There you go.
There you go.
And one of the things he's going to tell you what beer to drink.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, this one's mainly going to focus on
Craft.
the story behind the breweries. How they got started. What they're doing, especially here in Alabama where I'm at. They just recently changed a lot of the laws regarding craft brewing and home brewing and stuff. So we'll be digging into some of that. And each of the interviews will be I'm planning on about 30 to 45 minutes long. So it's not going to be that long of a podcast.
What I'm really interested in, are you going to do product reviews? I mean, if I review something for you, will you send me one of your beers to taste?
Sure, whenever I get going with it, good, yeah.
Just don't tell the feds.
Okay, we won't. No. In fact, the first brewery I did was Druid City Brewery here in Tuscaloosa, and they don't bottle or sell their stuff yet. So,
Oh.
I mean, you can only get it on draft wherever at local bars and restaurants and at the tap room.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Bob. How's your cube? How'd that work for you the other night?
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Why don't you tell people that don't know how you have the magic in you and what a cube is?
A cube is it's a format with a whole bunch of cards. It can be older stuff, newer stuff, with certain themes or whatever. And my cube actually has I have 540 cards, and then 50 of each of the basic lands for Magic the Gathering.
Thank you.
And-
That's what I was getting at.
And we actually did our own draft with 4 of us, and made our own draft packets of 15 cards each, and we had a lot of fun. It kind of helps, I guess you could say, stoke the creative fires for Magic the Gathering.
Very cool. Anything else you playing besides Magic? You playing any WoW?
Not really, not as much as I was. I've been playing Diablo 3 the last couple of days, and also been playing Saints Row the Third.
Oh, don't talk about that yet. We're going to get there.
Okay.
Coming up. It's coming up. Yeah, Saints for the Third. Shh. Okay, anyway. Yeah, no, that's cool. I've been playing, well, you guys know, I've been playing EQ2, and I've been beta testing Landmark. Actually, haven't gotten into Landmark in over a week, because last week they did a major repatch, and so it was downloading, and I just didn't get around to it. Of course, I'm also still playing my fantastic Humble Bundle game, Dear Esther. Haven't finished that yet, and I'm also playing Saints Row, Bob. No, you know that. But did you guys see the video I posted on the Facebook page today? Jimmy Kimmel from last year.
Yes, I watched it today. That was funny.
Yeah. He did a song for his video game week it was a year ago, actually, June 20th or something. And it's called We Are the World of Warcraft. And, he had Felicia Day and a couple other, guest singers along, and It was kind of fun, and it almost made me play again. You know what stopped me?
The what?
Subscription fees.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know I like the game, but I also know that I get bored, and I just didn't want to shell out the $15 for one day. I was just, if I only played a day. And Bob, that happened to you, right? Didn't you pay for a month and never log back in?
Yeah.
So I think that I'm getting I'm being a Sony fanboy again. SOE, I'm on the community council. So this is not a paid endorsement in any way, but maybe I'm biased. Here's the thing. They're free to play. I mean, if you want to jump in for a week or two, you jump in for a week or two. If you want to get the expanded content, then you pay for it. And you can use in-game gold to buy a chrono, which converts to real playtime. So instead of paying $15, you can use a chrono. You could buy a chrono, you could trade a chrono, you could earn a chrono. So you don't even have to have any money commitment. And if if your urge gets satisfied in a day, you're done. Don't you think that we should see that more in the other games, guys? How about you, Val? You're a big MMO player. Would you be more attracted to the games that you play if they didn't have a monthly subscription and only a event or content sponsored subscription? And Val doesn't answer, so we'll move on.
Why don't we invent one?
Oh yeah, I would love to actually.
Let's do that. We'll make some money that way.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead, Val.
I don't know. I'm a big person for either a one-time fee or a monthly fee. I don't like, honestly, a pay-as-you-go kind of thing, like pay for content and whatnot. I like the old style.
You do. And I agree. I don't mind paying for content. I mean, with World of Warcraft, I bought every expansion for the $60, $80 when it came out. I didn't wait until it was $10 or in a bundle or whatever. So I'm all about it. But when you get the urge, I mean, like let's say you're watching Jimmy Kimmel and you go, okay, look, I want to play. But I only want to play today. Maybe I'll get in and make a panda, something like that. Do you really want to pay $15? I mean, shouldn't there be an option for you to pay for one day? What do you guys think about that? If you wanted to pay for one day, maybe $2, right? What do you guys think, Chris Price?
I agree with that. I'd play more. That's the reason why I quit playing World of Warcraft. It's just I didn't play all the time. I got to be maybe I played once a month, and that wasn't worth $15 a month.
Right.
So I quit.
I agree. Okay, enough of that rant. Let's take a break. Chris, do you have a podcast commercial lined up?
I was going to try to put one for my show up.
Fantastic, and we'll also do one for Dead Television.
Okay.
So you get to hear a whole lot of Chris Price during the break, and then we'll be right back.
That's bad.
Okay, we're back. Go ahead, Chris.
That was bad. A whole lot of Chris Price. Ugh.
A whole lot of Chris Price. Ooh-wee. From Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Give me
Roll
your
Tide.
best Southern Tuscaloosa voice, Chris.
This is my Southern voice. I can't do any more than this.
Can't
Sorry.
do like a Deliverance voice for us or something?
Oh, God. No, because that stuff makes me sick when I hear people do it on TV, so I don't want to try to force the issue.
Well, I'm going to turn over the mic to Cody here. Cody, why don't you tell people, first off, what inspired the creation of Healthy Lifestyles and what it is, and what it's based on, what it markets towards.
Okay. Well, we, my girlfriend and I just joined we helped launch a company called Modere, and what Modere is about is really changing your lifestyle. Her and I used to both be very athletic, and we lived in the gym and ate correctly and things like that, and a weird thing called work got in our way. So we were really looking for something to change our lifestyles, and Modere is kind of what hit us, and it was just an amazing amazing thing that happened in a good time of our lives. So both of us are using a lot of product. Not only is it just your shakes and your powders and things like that, but we also have skin care, we have hair care, we have everything that you use for your body that's going to make you a healthier person. People know about what you put in your body as far as eating your food that's going to make you healthier, but what people really don't realize is the things that you put on your skin is just as important. So we've started Healthy Lifestyles to help people bring a healthier product line into their homes.
And just to be more clarification, so Modere is a Healthy Life product, but you don't have to be a Modere customer to be part of the Healthy Lifestyles group, right?
Not at all. Not at all. We give tips constantly, recipes, and it has nothing to do with buying Modere product. It's recipes that we get from the company or that we've looked up online ourselves that we've changed. I give a lot of tips on exercise. Even though I got out of the game for so long, like I said, due to work, I was an athlete in high school, and then I was an athlete in college, and then I was a bodybuilder for 3 years. So I know my way around a gym, and I know the right things to do. It's easier for me to coach and tell somebody else about it than me personally do it. But I still have that knowledge in myself. So we post a lot of tips on exercise and things of that sort.
Fantastic. And you have a specific couple of products that might appeal to the gamers and us geeks over here that probably don't get enough sleep, right? You want to tell them what those are?
Sure. I've actually got two friends that they work for Polaris Disney. I don't know how to explain what that is, but they're in the gaming world and they work, and apparently that's a pretty cool thing. But they're good friends of mine, and they asked me if I had anything that would help them as far as energy is concerned. And I said, of course. We've got two products that I really thought would be great for them. One is an energy shot. It's absolutely incredible. The difference between our energy shot and everything else on the market is ours is literally all natural and non-toxic. The ingredients are 26 fruit juices, and even the caffeine inside is made from green tea extract. So it's a healthy, high performance product. And it tastes great. It just tastes like pomegranate juice. So what's great about this product as well is that it doesn't give you that crazy jolt and then that later crash. It'll actually, when you take it, you'll get a little bit of jolt, a little bit of jolt, a little bit of jolt. You'll finally peak and base, and then about 3 to 4 hours, you'll start slowly coming off of it. So you're not going to lose sleep off of it as well. The other thing that's great that we have is we've got a slim bar and an energy bar both. One thing they told me is it's hard when you're gaming for 8 hours or so to get you a nice healthy snack in, and these energy bars and these slim bars keep them going.
You want to go ahead and show them? I think we got a couple right here.
Sure do. So our energy shot that I told you about, guess we can see that pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 ounces, so great thing about this too is you can take it onto the airplane. We found that out. And it does mix well with vodka. Not that I'm supposed to tell anybody that.
That's okay.
Then here's our energy bar. It's peanut butter and chocolate. So it's almost got like a Reese's peanut butter taste to it. Pretty good.
Yeah, I tried one of these today, and it's kind of like chewy actually. It's kind of cool. I was surprised. It's not like you think of like one of those diet bars. They taste kind of chalky or whatever. Right. This is actually kind of tastes like what it's supposed to. So.
Right. And then our slim bar is peanut butter and chocolate as well, but it's also got a nougat in it. So it's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, you're gonna get to try some.
Okay.
How about that?
Cool. Oh wow. Okay.
Get you a little
let's
piece.
see this here. Let's show them. It looks like a chocolate bar. Chris Price, can you see that?
Yes, sir, I can.
Did you want to take a bite of that?
Yeah, through the computer screen. That looks good.
What if it was floating in the pool? Would you eat it then?
No.
Okay. Bob Gass, what reference was that? This is good.
Caddyshack, wasn't it?
Yeah, try it. That's right. Gina's over here in the background going, Caddyshack. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. No, that's good.
Yeah,
actually.
I like it.
Is that like Rice Krispies in it?
That's
Yeah,
exactly what
like.
it tastes like. A chocolate Rice Krispies treat to me.
Huh. Yeah, that's cool.
So,
And that's a diet bar.
yeah, it's a slim bar.
It's like a meal replacement type
Yeah,
thing?
like a snack. Usually when you're dieting, it's weird. Most people think you're supposed to quit eating, and that's actually not true. You're supposed to eat 5 small portions a day throughout your day, and this is a great snack in between. What I try to do is have a breakfast, a healthy breakfast, and then have a slim bar in between the breakfast and lunch. Have a healthy lunch, and I'll have an energy bar to get me over the hump, midday, and then try to have a healthy dinner from there.
You want to reach back there and grab that little bag behind you?
Sure.
No, not the big one. Let's get the little one. So here's what we're going to do, all right? So just so you guys know that this is not like BS, I'm going to have one of you try this, any of you, including the other people on the podcast. And just to sweeten the deal, I'm going to throw in this wonderful Jinx bumper sticker. That's pretty cool, right, Bob? Would you like that on your car, Bob Gass?
Yeah, it might hide some of the bumps and dents.
That's right. We did have a hailstorm. So this little bag with a couple of random Modere excitement things, and this Jinx, and that's for anyone that's listening to the podcast or watching it on YouTube or a part of the podcast. All you got to do is share the link and use hashtag Modere, MODERE, on your Facebook page or your Twitter, and I'll be monitoring, and we'll pick one of the people at random to send them a little bag, and we'll see what you have to say live on the next podcast. So we'll look for someone on the next by Friday, and then we'll have that sent out to you. So by 2 Sundays from now, being the 15th, we'll get to hear what you have to think about it. Does that work for you guys?
That sounds cool.
What do you think, Chris Price? Would you be willing to eat a nougat bar?
Sure.
Fantastic. You like Rice Krispies?
Yeah.
You like fruit juice?
Yeah.
Do you like staying up late?
No. No, actually.
Blew it. You can't have it. It's not for you.
Hey, no, I've got a product. I've got a product for you.
Oh, that's right. Tell them about this. I didn't even know about this. Remember, I drank this thing too late the other night, and I was up late, right? I could have had something else. Go ahead.
I'm actually a insomniac. No joke.
Not to be confused with Omniac. Insomniac.
Yeah, I'm an Omniac. Yeah, I'm both. But I tried this sleep health that we have. It's a product it gives you proper sleep, and I've tried everything from taking Benadryl to drinking NyQuil and whatever. There's certain things that have put me to sleep. A lot of things haven't, but the things that do put me to sleep, I wake up the next day and I'm all groggy and nasty, almost hungover. So it's not even worth the sleep that you got. So I tried one of these pills, not thinking that it would work. And it was crazy. I got the best night's sleep and woke up the next day and felt really rested. A few weeks later, I tried it again. I had a real late night at work, and then I had to be back for a shift early in the morning. I ended up getting 3 hours of sleep. But I woke up the next day again, felt really rested. The great thing about this product is it puts you in such a deep sleep that you get your proper rest and wake up, feeling fresh and great, no matter if you got 6 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, or 8 hours of sleep.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And guys, I think we all need a round of applause. I appreciate Cody. Healthy Lifestyles is actually going to be with us at Amicon and to help promote us. And I think Chris is doing something amazing right now. I'm not really sure. He scares me sometimes. Val, are you going to make it to Amicon this year?
Sorry, I had to load the app.
No problem. Valshawn, you coming to Amarillo for the convention this year?
When is it?
July 12th.
I am actually on sabbatical and I'm going off grid, so no.
Well, Amarillo's off grid.
Not quite, we're thinking.
All right, how about next year?
We'll see.
That's what you said last year. All right. Bob Gass, you're going to Amicon.
Yep.
As a
Get to
matter of
celebrate
fact,
my birthday there.
that's his birthday. Is that cool?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Fantastic. Chris Price, you going to make that 13-hour drive?
That's a 14-hour drive, and no, I don't think I will, because I have the kids that weekend. So
You're not driving right then.
no, that's 14 hours me driving, not what Google said. I think Google actually said 16 hours, so I figure I'll shave 2 hours off.
I got you. You can always let one of the kids drive while you take a nap.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
My dad may or may not have done that when I was a child. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for letting me do that. All right. Okay, hey, and by the way, Happy Father's Day. All of you are fathers except Bob Gass and Cody.
Well, I don't know if I am or not. Remember?
It can neither be confirmed nor denied. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Okay, let's go on to our next topic. You guys ready?
Sure.
Falshon, why'd you get rid of Xbox Gold?
Because basically the only thing that we use the Xbox really for is to watch Netflix, and that's definitely the only thing we kept Gold for. And when they announced a little while ago they're revamping Gold and they would allow you to watch Netflix without Gold, I was like, well, there's no point paying 10, 15 extra bucks a month just for Netflix.
Right. And that's true. You know, the thing about Netflix, and honestly, it's kind of weird that so few people realize that the Wii has the same functionality, is that it is a great way to set up your television, your main television, into both an entertainment system, you know, from Xbox itself, as well as to set up, you know, your Netflix, your Hulu, and HBO to go, and all your other apps. Of course, Chromecast kind of made that redundant, right, Chris Price?
Yes, I did.
So, you know, you don't really need that anymore. And then Xbox, you know, kind of did something weird and responded, okay, fine, you don't want to pay, what was it, $10 a month, I guess, Falshon?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, $10 a month, you no longer have to pay that. You can just have an Xbox and you can use your apps. You know, whereas, you know, Wii has always let you do that. So it's almost like there's no value in having the Xbox Gold unless you're competitive and you want to share with your friends your rankings on individual Xbox games, or at least that's what I would have thought if Bob Gass hadn't have told me about what, Bob?
Games with Gold twice a month.
Yeah, games with Gold. Val, were you aware that every month, and this has been for like almost a year, right, Bob?
Yeah, I think so.
So every month for almost the last year, there have been 2 downloadable games absolutely free with every Xbox Gold membership available for download and for you to keep beyond the month.
Actually, I was aware of that. I didn't have the extra memory slot on my Xbox. I'm too cheap to buy a new one, and I maxed out my memory. So, and I play too much MMOs and other games on my PC to make it worth it.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a confirmed MMOer, and you know, I don't have any predilection for console or PC, but I very rarely play anything that's not an MMO. The exception, of course, being my zombie games, right? So when Bob told me about this, I was like, you know, am I really gonna use it? I didn't think I would. And then I saw Saints Row the Third, which is totally not my type of game. Okay, essentially, it's kind of like what would you say, Bob? Like Need for Speed or Grand Theft Auto?
It's like Grand Theft Auto, but more of it's like a parody almost of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And it follows a gang called the Saints Row Gang that become superstars and heroes, right? Right, Bob?
Yeah, they become like basically a social gang almost, and they have their own like marketing whatever in their world.
Yeah, bobbleheads and masks and the whole bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of the gang leaders has a mask made for him, so he goes to rob a bank wearing his own mask, which I thought was kind of clever. And it's a story-driven game. It's a first-person perspective shooter and car driving game. But Bob, why don't you tell them about one of the most incredible opening sequences ever, and what you get to do in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game?
Well, it's actually a third-person shooter, Omni.
Okay, go
because
for
you're
it.
kind of like over the shoulder from behind the main character.
That's true. That's true.
And basically, you get to rob a bank, and you have total mayhem against some security guard kind of characters. And then right after that is the plane scene,
Right.
which was my favorite.
What specifically happens that is something you've never seen before and I've never seen before?
Well, you jump out of the plane shooting bad guys as you're falling, and then after you get so far into that, the plane comes around and is about to slam into you. You throw the chick that's in your gang away from you after you've just rescued her. You go through the pilot's windshield, going through, shoot all the other guys again, and jump out the back and go to catch her again.
Right. So essentially, they're trying to escape from this plane they've been captured in, and the female character gets knocked out of the plane without a parachute. So you jump after her, trying. So you're maneuvering your character, trying to catch up with her, while you're dodging debris, and people are shooting at you. Amazing. And then, like you said, when you finally catch her, the plane slams into you, and you have to run through the plane and jump out the back and rescue her all over again before she hits the ground. How cool is that?
I don't think any woman's worth it.
It was a very intense scene.
Yeah. Chris Price, would you play something like that if it was free?
If I had an Xbox, yeah. And I agree with Cody there, so.
You wouldn't run through the plane for the woman, is what you're saying.
No, but you got to remember I'm been divorced recently, so therefore, I'm no offense to any women, but still.
Val, what about you? Would you play Saints Row the Third?
I thought of it a few times.
Yeah. It's not as over the top non-PC as GTA is. It's definitely more, like you said, satiric in nature, and it's very story driven too. So, if that helps you make a decision. Bob, would you say that's true, that the story is probably a bigger element than the action?
Oh yeah. It's got a very well done plot to it. I'm probably about another. I think I'm 20% into the game, and I'm having fun.
Nice. Very nice. All right, so here's my last question then. Bob, you have the Xbox 360. What do you get the gold membership for? Is it for the free games? Is it for the apps? What do you use it for?
Originally it was for online gameplay with my friends, and then I got the apps, and now that it's you don't need gold for the apps, I still keep it just because of the online play and the free games.
Got it. So the free games are worth the subscription price to you.
Yeah, I mean it's only $60 a year if you do the year rather than the month. So it's half off if you do the year. Only
Right.
$5 a month.
Which isn't that much. I mean, I do the same thing for Amazon Prime is $60 a year. And that's just so I can get free shipping. Cool. So it's worth it to you to keep gold.
Yeah, because I also use my microphone, and you can't use your microphone if you're silver to talk to others.
Hurt them though? Do you think that being able to use the apps without a gold membership, do you think that'll hurt their subscription base?
No, I think they'll drive more people into getting the system.
Do you think it might have been in response to the fact that there's so many other options? I mean, including you can get a DVD player now, and it has apps on it. Do you think that was a response to that?
Well, I think they just wanted to make sure that Xbox was kind of like the go-to device versus other devices.
Cool. I agree. I agree. Fal, how about you? Is that if your Xbox was more able to download games, would it be enough, the free games, for you to keep your subscription?
It
Fal.
definitely would be a lure back. But like I said, I'm mostly into my PC now and whatnot, and just running out of time to game. So,
Which does happen. Okay, well, that's it for that topic. You guys have anything else you want to say or any questions?
nope.
All right, let's talk about this really cool thing, and I want your opinion on whether this is something that's interesting to you or if it's dumb. But since we've got Cody here and we're talking about social everything, there's this new thing. I mean, this just kind of goes par for the course with how social is really changing the way that people live, right?
Sure.
So this website, and I'm going to be real honest with you that this is not completely safe for families. This is not a family-safe website. I'm not saying that there's pornography or anything, but this is definitely, these are independent movies from around the world, and there's more skin than I would have thought on some of these. Now, they're very good about letting you know that, but I'm going to give you that warning up front, since we do generally only suggest family-friendly content. But this is Viewster.com, and the site that I'm on is festival.viewster.com, and this is an online film festival. And its topic for this particular run, which goes from June 12th to June 26th, it had a submission deadline of May 22nd for the movie, so everything's been submitted. The topic was relationship status, quote unquote, it's complicated. So what you do is you come on to this festival.viewster.com, and if you like something, you simply share it or you vote for it. And it shows you the rankings, the current rankings on how everything is. And very realistically, you decide who wins $100,000. What do you guys think about that concept?
I think we need to make a movie.
Yeah, right. How about you, Chris?
That seems a pretty neat idea to me. I mean, yeah, I'm with Cody. We need to make a movie and see if we can get him $100,000 there, bud.
How about you, Bob?
So it's like another American Idol, but for movies, huh?
Well, yeah, in a sense, but American Idol is for profit. This is not for profit. This is simply social sharing. There's no ads on this page. It's not on TV. They're not selling commercials. This is very simply a group that was going to give independent filmmakers money, and instead of being the judge on who they should give it to, kind of like what's his name, Ben Affleck, and what's his name from?
Yeah.
What's his partner?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. They give independent filmmakers the same amount of money, but they decide who it goes to. Well, in this case, these filmmakers are submitting works that they've already done on their own, and they're giving them money to continue making movies, and it's based on what the viewers think of the movie. So that's totally new. I don't think it's like American Idol at all, really. What do you think, Val?
I think he took a break.
Oh, did he? Okay.
He sent a message on Skype.
I gotcha. Yeah, we're not on Skype, so I don't see those messages. Anyway, Skype is old. Google Plus is new. All right. No, but would you guys, because these are obviously people that are making movies anyways, right?
Right.
So if you had the potential, if you're going to make a movie anyway, and you've got maybe a following or a website, and you're an independent movie maker, and they go, okay, well, let's make a movie about cactus. Would you make a movie about cactus and for the chance to let the viewers tell you whether they like it or not?
Yeah,
Sure,
I think I could.
Think about it. If your movie gets released at the theaters, right, those ratings are skewed by the people that are willing to spend money, right?
Sure.
There are some people that are going to love a movie that wait for it to come to Blu-ray or Netflix or whatever, just because they're financially not able to go, spend money when it's released. And movies are judged by their weekend of release, right? So what about if a movie was judged after the fact and by the people over a period of time and by referrals. I mean, that's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the way Netflix works, wouldn't you say?
Kind of, I guess. I guess with their new original content, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You're dead on with that one, I would think. But other than that, yeah.
Well, it's also, what do you get? On Netflix, you get recommendations, right? And Netflix is very easy to share with your Facebook page or your Twitter followers, right?
Right. It also has a section that's what's popular on Facebook.
Right. What's popular on Facebook.
Yeah.
So even Netflix, which is a total commercial model, is really trending towards social, right?
Oh yeah.
It's fantastic. So what do you guys, and have you guys ever thought of the fact that we're social people too? You know, I mean, in podcasting, we don't really think about it, but we are, right?
Yeah, we're social media. So yeah, you're 100% right there.
Yeah, and like, for example, we've got another podcast. It's called Dead Television Society. And how is that that podcast directed, Chris?
Through Facebook, for people voting on what they want to see next, want us to review next.
Right. So literally, what we talk about is decided by the fans. So I mean, it's like a natural evolution, right? I mean, it really seems like what should be going on. Do you guys see any problems with this, Bobby?
Lack of response.
Well, yeah. Shh. That's our particular problem with our tens of listeners. No, seriously. Do you get any big brotherish vibes off of this whole social thing? Anyone? Bueller?
Yes and no. I mean, everybody fusses about privacy on one thing, but yet everybody posts their life online.
Yeah.
So there is no, technically you can almost say there is no more privacy anymore.
Yeah, that's a funny thing about social media is, you know, people don't want to be scrutinized from what is said about them, but they're the ones saying it about them.
Exactly.
Well, good enough. So yeah, I encourage you guys to check out the site. It's only going for a couple weeks till 26, so you only have another 11 days. I'm not going to post the link on our Facebook page, but I will post it on the show notes. Like I said, it's not a family-friendly site, and I discovered that accidentally, and I was a little embarrassed. So just to make sure nobody makes that mistake, I'm going to very clearly label it, adults only, whatever. And like I said, it's not like it's porn or anything. It's just, there's this French film that's listed #1 right now, and it's about, cats are actually naked women. So this guy has a cat. So the whole movie, there's this hot French model walking around the apartment naked because cats don't wear clothes. It was very strange. I didn't watch it. But I thought I was going to watch. It said it was about a man.
Or at least Omni's not going to admit that he watched it.
Well, when things are based off votes, though, you've got to do something.
Outrageous!
You've got to really go out there.
Well, they went out there, all right. Yes.
Leave it for the French.
So let's see, Viewster.com. All right, so let's go on with the show. Chris Price, you had a topic.
Yeah, there was another. I don't know if I mentioned this last time or not. I can't remember, but there's a small war about to brew up between the two studios, Marvel and Fox. Of course, Marvel wants its rights back to X-Men and Fantastic Four and stuff, and the other hero ones that Fox took years ago before Marvel had a studio of their own. And Fox didn't want to give them up. So Marvel has decided, okay, we're not going to give. They still control Marvel controls all the rights to the toys and the marketing outside, like to McDonald's and Burger King and all of them. And Marvel's just saying, okay, we're not going to give you rights to do that at all. So that's the reason why you hadn't seen any new toys for the X-Men Days of Future Past. In addition to this, there's a rumor going out that Marvel's getting ready to put the Fantastic Four on hiatus for a while.
Okay, now explain that. That you're talking about the relaunch of the Fantastic Four.
I'm talking about the comic books.
Comic book. Oh, I
The
did
comic
hear.
book. They're gonna.
Okay.
There's a rumor saying they're gonna kill the comics for a while. Maybe not totally. Just put them on hold. They've done it before, and came back with a newer, updated version of them. But if they do that, that would somewhat hurt Fox's relaunch of the Fantastic Four. So there's a battle going on.
Fox has the rights for the movie.
Correct.
But Marvel has the rights for the comics. So is this literally them trying to screw Fox?
Yep, basically, which is a good thing because I want all those to go back to Marvel because Marvel knows how to do it. Fox, for the most part, hasn't in the past.
Sure.
I hadn't watched Days of Future Past, kind of out of protest of some other things that came up about that movie. But other than that,
Cold.
pop it. Go on and pop it and chug it, Cody. But
Yes,
as he's getting the lid
Go
off.
ahead, Chris, keep talking.
Oh, I will. That's that. Marvel wants more say so on how the movies are going. So, they want more input. There's also saying there's a deal worked out between them between Marvel and Sony that Spider-Man may end up in one of the Avenger movies sooner or later. Just kind of a cross connection. They're letting Marvel have some more input into the Amazing Spider-Man movies. So they're Marvel's happy with that, so to speak.
And how do you feel about Sony?
Sony's all right.
Good answer.
The first series with Tobey Maguire I liked with Spider-Man. Not a big fan of the new one, but I mean, how many more times can you relaunch a franchise? I mean, they're about to go for what, the fourth or fifth incarnation of Batman over on DC. So
It's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you from a non-comic guy, it's become really confusing to somebody like me.
Yeah.
Having so many different, like you said, franchises of the movie.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was just my grandson. Yes, I have a grandson. I'm old. Get over it. So. Anyways, my grandson was over and he clicks on Justice League Unlimited. Bob Gass, how many freaking Supermen are in Justice League Unlimited? Because I saw 2, and they were talking about a third one.
What do you mean, like incarnations of the Superman?
Yeah, there were like 3 different Earth Supermen all on this episode. And I was like, what the hell? And
I
one
just
of
know
them,
the original and Superboy.
Yeah.
Superboy's a clone.
Yeah, but no, these were actual Supermen from different Earths, and one of them got shot. So apparently this Superman can get shot. And I'm watching this going, what the hell is going on? And now my grandson thinks Superman can get shot. So thanks, DC. I appreciate that. It kind of makes that whole story about George Reeves and the kid with a gun not so important anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. Good deal. All right, so how is this going to affect Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., number one?
It's not. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going on. In fact, they've spotted a few of the actors from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on the set of Age of Ultron, the second Avenger movie. So.
And it won't affect the Avenger movie release?
Nope.
And
that's all totally controlled by Marvel.
Got it. And it won't affect Fantastic Four, the movie?
It's going to hurt the marketing for it.
Right.
On that side, because Marvel's withholding the marketing rights.
Wow, that sucks. Did they have the rights when we had Jessica Alba in the Fantastic Four?
No, but Marvel also didn't have a studio at the time.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so then they didn't have a problem with someone else doing it when they weren't competing directly.
Correct.
So Marvel's kind of being chicken shit about this.
No, Marvel wants to have more input on how their movies are made, how their characters represented.
Sure, but at what point do we say then why did you sell off the rights to your characters?
I All I can say is that they went to Fox asking for the rights back, even offered them a sum of money, and Fox said no.
Okay, so Fox doesn't want to play ball. So Marvel's trying to do the right thing, and
Marvel has in the past. They went to both the Sony and Fox. Of course, Fox said no. Sony said no, but then they kind of, from what I understand, they've kind of made a deal where, okay, yeah, you still have some input on the scripts and stuff. So
what I think is cool is Sony, well, at least shares rights or at least licensing rights with a lot of DC characters, also with their DC Universe games and et cetera, et cetera. So
right.
Well, good enough. Hey, Falshon, you got anything you want to talk about before we let everyone go?
No, I think I'm good.
Fantastic. Oh, by the way, Fal, do you know who won the roundtable last podcast?
I think it was Chris Price, wasn't it?
No,
it was Omniac. That's right. It was me. Yes, my independent judge. Ha! In your face, Chris Price.
So are we doing a round table or something?
No, not today. We'll do it next time.
Okay.
Well,
Bob Gass.
you have a guest right beside you. He could have been the judge.
Do you guys have a roundtable topic? I don't have one.
Well, it's your job. You're supposed to get your act together. You knew it was coming, Omni.
Yes, you did, Omni.
I think I could be a pretty good impartial judge, too.
All right, well, let's do it then. All right, it only takes 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Let's do it. All right, so the roundtable question. Bob, are you ready for roundtable?
Sure.
Do you have anything else you wanted to add before we go to our final segment?
Not yet. Maybe next month.
And Chris Price, remind me to get you the roundtable intro music. You know, dun 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 dun. Okay. So.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
so
I got something. Hold on. Let's try this one.
Okay. Nice. That's very cool. Very cool. All right. So let's see here. Given the opportunity to set up the next All Things Geek promotion, what, in your opinion, would be the best incentive to get people to participate? Is it something like, I'm going to go with mine, of course. What do you think the best incentive, best way to get people involved in the podcast is? Fair enough. Since we're talking about marketing, let's do a marketing question. All right, so here are the rules, Cody.
Okay.
Each of us gets a turn to state our opinion. I have to go first because I won the last one. We get 1 minute to state our opinion, after which we go back around the table, and each of us gets 30 minutes to tear down someone else's opinion.
Okay.
And then finally we go around the table one more time, and we each get 10 seconds to really nail home our opinion. And then you vote on the most persuasive argument.
So it's almost like around the horn.
Yeah. Very similar. All right, you ready?
I like it.
Now, again, we're very specifically talking about all things geek. Okay, so this is not like you should get, Jessica Alba to, have a hot tub date with someone. This is realistic. This is something that we can really do. What you think the best enticement or incentive to get people involved in the show? Sound good? All right, here we go. I still think that geek swag and geek-related swag is absolutely the very best thing that we can do for enticing geeks to watch the podcast and to listen to the podcast, to answer our questions and our polls, and to otherwise participate. It has not always been the case that it works, but I think that if you're listening to us, then you probably have a reason, and we really talk about the same thing every time, so I think we should stay where we're comfortable, and that's definitely the geek realm. On the flip side, I think maybe we could do higher-end prizes, maybe a resin statue, a Batman. That might be in the works. But I really think that if we stick with branded geek items, maybe free ebooks that we come across, that's going to get the most viewer relationship and reiteration. All right, that's 1 minute. Okay, so next in line is Falshon. Are you ready, Fal?
I will cede my spot to Bob. And it's
Okay.
only fair to let Bob go first.
That sounds kind of
Thank
chicken.
you very much.
All right, Bob. What do you think the best, most effective way to get people involved in a podcast is?
I agree with a lot of what you said. I mean, free stuff is always a good incentive. Maybe even I don't know, subscriptions to MMOs. I mean, something like that, or a game or whatnot. I mean, free is always what people want. May not be all that they need, but they're always looking for free stuff.
You got 30 seconds left. Sell it, Bobby.
I don't know how to sell it.
What game would you want to give away?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just something like even if it's just a bundle from like World of Warcraft of the original 2 games, even something like that where it's like $20, and do a contest for it or something, or even a 1-month free subscription to the game, of their choice, or if it's under like $20.
Time. All right. Good job, Bobby. All right, we're going to wrap around to Chris Price now. Chris, are you ready?
I cede mine to Falshon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And we're back to Falshon.
It's good, because I just came up with mine about 5 seconds ago.
All right, let's go.
All right, I think instead of giving away stuff, because we may not have a lot of money, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we tried that with Steel. When Steel was on, that we would give away a World of Warcraft subscription. Oh, I guess I should save that for a rebuttal. Okay, start my time over again.
Okay, go.
Okay, so you already heard my rebuttal. I think we should kind of tap in what we did last week. Find other geeks out there who are trying to get their podcast, their comic books, get them into so give them free publicity as guest hosts. Just get guest hosts off everywhere else. Even just someone starting out or somewhere out of nowhere who just wants to be on. Just start getting our listeners to come on and just make them famous. Give them 30 seconds of fame.
Okay, you got 20 seconds. Are you done?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay, fantastic. All right, now that's back to Chris. Now, Chris, I thought you would have a tremendous opinion here, so I'm waiting for some magic. You ready?
And you're going to be disappointed.
Let's go. All right, go for it.
You caught me off guard with this topic, so therefore I have nothing on my... keep striving to get better guests on the show, and actually at that point you can ask the listeners who they'd like to hear what's going to be on the show for an interview. We've had some great authors on in the past, just recently in the last few episodes. Maybe even get some more kind of like what Fowl just said, more guests like cosplayers that are professionally doing it, like Casey. She may not be professionally doing it, but she was an interesting and an enjoyable guest that we had on, and I hope she comes back more. And maybe even a combination of, we've tried giving things away before, I know, and sometimes we get it, and sometimes we have participation for it, sometimes we don't.
Time.
So,
okay, back to me. 30 seconds on the clock. I'm going to rebut everyone else. Are you ready? I'm stealing Falshon's. Bob, we tried to give away a game membership. It didn't work. All we did was we got someone that was really into World of Warcraft that stopped listening to the podcast. Yay! Because they no longer had time because they were raiding. Chris Price, I think that authors work to an extent, but those people don't stick around because we see a lot of people watch the initial podcast, but they don't come back the next time around. On the flip side, guests are great. I love having guests. I think we should keep doing it. I just don't know if it's the only way to grow the podcast. And Falshon, I forgot what you said. Time. Okay. Damn. All right. That brings us to Bob Gass. Ready? 30 seconds. Go.
I actually have nothing to say, which is a surprise. Even though you said you tried to do it, was it a long time back when we only had 5 or 10 listeners for the podcast for those free games? That might be why you suddenly had one.
Ooh, that's just low.
I'm sorry, I got it once we got to 10.
Time.
Other than that,
All right. Trainwreck. All right, Val, your turn.
All right. I think the fact that Omni stole my rebuttal for what they were saying kind of proves how good my argument is. And then the fact at the end that he, quote, unquote, forgot what I said was actually a clever cover for the fact that he couldn't find anything wrong with my idea. It is so good and solid, and he just knows his own idea is full of holes like Swiss cheese. There we go.
Time. All right. Chris Price, last but not least. Go for it. 30 seconds.
Well, I wasn't just talking about authors. I was talking about more of the bigger name stars, like maybe get a Christian Bale, or maybe get a Nathan Fillion, or even a Felicity Day. Somebody bigger name that can help hold the people. Oh, well, we're gonna have somebody else on, and not every time. Just sprinkle them in every so often, so you have people just constantly wondering, oh, if they're gonna have a guest or not. And hopefully, when they see we don't, they tune out. So,
good deal. All right. Okay. And then we got 10 seconds to wrap it up. Ready? Val, I just remember what you said. All of you used to be listeners and became podcasters on the show, and now you don't listen anymore. That's it. Okay. Next is Bob Gass. Bob, you ready?
sure.
10 seconds. Nail it.
Well, I can't say anything. That's it.
All right.
I've already lost.
Now, Sean, go.
Well, the fact is, Omni, you're wrong. I still listen. I'm still here. And even we have hosts who have left the show who are still interacting, like Steele is always commenting on Facebook on things we put up. So I think bringing people on is going to work.
Okay. Chris Price, 10 seconds.
Omni, you're wrong. I still listen. I listen every day when I edit it. So therefore, I'm been here for a while now.
Was that it?
That's it. I'm done.
Boom, we're done. All right, that's the round table. Now goes to Cody Blair, a guest himself. First podcast he's ever been on. You have to decide, was it me, Falchon, Chris Price, or Bob Gass?
Well, I'm going to give the winner to Falchon.
Oh, baby.
If it was based off of rebuttal, I probably would have went with Chris, because his idea in his rebuttal was more what I was thinking of, sprinkling in some special guests, telling people, hey, somebody special's coming on every once in a while, but not telling them who it is. I love that idea. A bigger named person. It's a lot of marketing that sports teams do. I love it, but it was more of a rebuttal than in your initial reasoning. So.
And I thought, Chris, you would go with paid advertisers, because that's kind of what you're good at.
I'm not good at that.
You're better than me.
If I was, we'd have more.
That's true. Good enough. Well, in a nutshell, guys, and this is all in fun, but all of these recommendations are actually really good. I do social media marketing for a living. Is one of the things that I do, and all of these things that we mentioned, whether it was Bob with giving entitlements, getting people to be part of the brand, which is essentially what he had said, or Chris Price who said bring genre-specific celebrity endorsements in, which is another thing that we do, or Falchon, which said get somebody that's starting new to help bring new life into your marketing efforts and help them and therefore help yourself. Those are all truly good strategies for social media marketing. So there you go. You got a free lesson in marketing today from All Things Geek. So there you go. Yeah. Good enough?
I love it.
Fantastic. Guys, you got anything else?
Nope.
Good to
Nothing?
go.
No. Good to go. Well, until next time then, stay geeky, my friends, and thank you for joining us.
Till next time.
Now I got to come up with something good for our next round table. Something not so self-serving.